Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice radio, and as it is still Halloween, I thought it would be fun to look at the actual top 10 cards from the spookiest, most Halloween-like set we've had in a very long time, Phantom Forces. Now, I did a top 10 for Phantom Forces when it came out. I'll pop a link in the description. It was not a good list. It looked like this. I am slightly embarrassed, but hey-ho. Now, there are a few cards that didn't make it on that are still pretty good. Headringer increasing the cost of EX attacks. Good, not good enough to make the list. Idja/EX blocking special energy Pokemon. That was quite good. Roller skates to draw some extra cards. Robo Sub to just sit there in the active and not give a prize when it's knocked out. And Bronzong to accelerate energy onto cards like Genesect. All good cards. Didn't make the list. This was an exceptional set, ladies and gentlemen. A ridiculously good set. I've also not included Lysander's trump card because it got banned. If I did include it, it would have to be number 1. It was so good, it literally broke the game and had to be banned. So in at number 10, a card that didn't make the previous list, MALAMAR-EX. Now the attack Maximar is all well and good. You pile a whole bunch of darkness energy on there, flip a coin for every energy on there, darkness or otherwise, so double colourless would count double, and do 60 damage for each heads. But really it's the ability here, Hyper Hypnosis. Attach an energy card to Malamar, your opponent's active Pokemon goes to sleep. In any deck like Aromatisse, where you could move the energy around after attaching it, this was amazing. Darkrai decks used it. Just the ability to put your opponent to sleep whenever you felt like it was so good, it has to come in at number 10. In at number 9, our previous number 1, Manectric and Mega Manectric. And I'm not saying this is a bad card. Far from it, ladies and gentlemen. I am in fact saying this is really good. It's just there are better cards. This was an exceptional set. Manectric, 20 damage to the active, 20 to 1 on the bench for just a single colourless energy was good. 120 if they've got a Pokemon tool attached for 2 energy was very good. But Mega Manectric was where it really shined. You gain free retreat, 210 HP, and for just 2 energy you do 110 damage and attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard to one of your bench Pokemon, which could be another Mega Manectric. Then you can either abuse Max Potion, heals you while getting the energy in the discard to reattach with another Mega Manectric, or even just chill on the bench using Rough Seas. It was a very good deck for a very long time, got played with everything from Regice to cards like Wobbuffet, thoroughly deserving of its place on this list, and number 9. In at number 8, something that was only an honourable mention in the previous video, Golbat and Crobat. Now, we actually still have Golbat. It was reprinted in Generations. We no longer have Crobat, unfortunately, in the standard format. That's a problem. Evolve into Golbat, put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Then you evolve up into Golbat, you put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's the way that you just get to add up damage on your opponent's side of the field and just, quite frankly, have quite a lot of fun. It was played with everything from Seismitoad, so you block items while spreading damage around, to Landorus, which did 30 to the active, 30 to the bench, while you spread damage around. It was just great, ladies and gentlemen. In at number 7, Xerosic, a really good supporter card here, which saw an awful lot of play and still does see play in the expanded format, where this set is still legal. You just get to get rid of one of your opponent's special energy or tool cards from anywhere on their field. Get rid of their Fighting Fury bout so they drop past the threshold and get KO'd. Get rid of their Floatstone to trap them in the active. Get rid of their double colourless energy on something like a Seismitoad, even when you're under item lock. That, ladies and gentlemen, sounds like fun. And in case you're wondering, no, Xerosic was not on my list last time. Sorry about that. In at number 6, another Pokemon that wasn't on my list last time. It's Wobbuffet. Now, Wobbuffet is actually still legal in the standard format because It was reprinted in Generations with new artwork. It just stops any Pokemon that aren't psychic using abilities when it's in the active. It was played with just Golbat and Crobat, because they still had abilities. It was played with Groudon, just to block while you got 4 energy on and evolved into Primal Groudon, because you just needed a couple of turns to set up, so you leave Wobbuffet out there so that your opponent can't do anything. And Primal Groudon has the Omega Barrier Ancient trait, meaning your opponent couldn't Lysander to bring it into the active. It was played as its own deck lately, where you would just play 4 Wobbuffet and a bunch of disruption cards like hammers and try and deck your opponent out. It's even got a really nice ability for 2 energy, 1 if you play a Dimension Valley, which does as much damage as is currently on them, plus 10, which made it really good in something like Mega Manectric. You do 110 with Mega Manectric, and then 120 with Wobbuffet to get the KO. It was a very good card, ladies and gentlemen. Should have been on the original list, but I've fixed it now. And in at number 5, AZ. AZ allows you to pick up any of your Pokemon, but you have to discard the cards attached to them. Really good in a deck like Seismitoad to heal up. Really good in a deck like Vileplume where both players are item locked. So you kind of need this, because otherwise you've got no way to pick up your Pokemon. But you could pick up a Vileplume with AZ, use all your items, and then just get it back down with Forest of Giant Plants before it was banned. A very good card, deserving of number 5. And no, it wasn't on my original list, which I've already admitted was maybe not the best list. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the top 4 really are on their own. 5 to 10, I wouldn't mind you rearranging, but I think the top 4 here are all game-changing cards, and there is a clear top 4. In at number 4, Night March. Now, Night March was only number 8 on the previous list, but I stand by that, because that was when we had Lysander's trump card, which destroyed Night March, so I don't feel bad about having it number 8. The reason it's number 4, all the cards above it are needed to make it work. You couldn't have Night March without the 3 cards above it, ergo it shouldn't go above any of those cards. You attack with Joltik for a double colourless energy, Pumpkaboo for a double colourless energy with a Dimension Valley in play, and you just do 20 damage for each Joltik, Pumpkaboo and Lampent in your discard pile. It adds up super quickly. These are single prize Pokemon. This has been ruling the format ever since Lysander's trump card got banned, and still continues to be one of the best decks in Expanded. Everybody plays Karen and Oricorio at the moment in Expanded because they are the Night March counter cards. And if Night March isn't winning in Expanded, it's only because everyone, and I literally mean everyone, is teching against it. In at number 3, Dimension Valley, a card so good, I recently argued in a video that it should be banned from the Expanded format. I'll pop a link to that one in the description as well. If I forget, let me know in the comments. It means that all of your psychic Pokemon pay 1 less colourless energy to attack, and it's just borderline broken. It means Pumpkaboo can attack for a double colourless energy. Wobbuffet comes in for a single energy. More recently, Oricorio uses Supernatural Dance for free. The Crozma GX uses Black Ray GX for just a double colourless energy. It's crazy good. The top 4 decks at the last Expanded tournament all took advantage of Dimension Valley. This isn't a card that was good. This is a card that continues to be amazing. In at number 2, Battle Compressor. That's right, it's not even the best card in the set. How come I said Dimension Valley should be banned, but Battle Compressor shouldn't, despite the fact that it's better? Battle Compressor helps more decks. It's kind of fair across all decks, whereas Dimension Valley takes a few decks and makes them a bit too good. Battle Compressor allows you to discard 3 cards from your deck. It means you can put the supporters you want in your discard and then choose which one to use with Versus Seeker. It means that you can get your Pokemon in the discard for Vespiquen, your Night March is in the discard for Night March. It means that when playing a Turtonator deck, you can get the Energy and Blacksmith in the discard, so you can Versus Seeker for a Blacksmith and reattach 2 of those Energy. It is crazy good. It's made many decks more consistent. it deserves its place at number 2, but it's still not good enough to be number 1 because Versus Seeker was reintroduced in this set. And since then, we only got the Secret Rare reprint in Roaring Skies. Something like Enhanced Hammer, I didn't put on this list because it's been reprinted so many times since, it's not really special anymore. Whereas Versus Seeker came out, was a 4 of in basically every deck that didn't play Vileplume, and then went away, making us all wish we could have it back. A stunningly good card that just allows you to grab a supporter card from your discard and put it in your hand. It means that you can just put as many supporters in your discard as you like, and then you can Versus Seeker. Want to get a Pokemon off the bench? Use a Lysander. Want to pick up one of your Pokemon? Use an AZ. Need a bit more consistency? Play a Professor Sycamore. It was ludicrous how good this was, and when I say it was a 4 of in pretty much every deck that didn't play Vileplume, I mean it. There was no, oh, am I going to play Versus Seeker question. You were going to play Versus Seeker. Easily the best of the cards in Phantom Forces, although I think all of the top 4 were game-changingly good. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. My old list wasn't great. I like to think this is a much better list, but of course I have the benefit of hindsight. But if you want to argue, let me know in the comments. But remember the rules. You can't just add cards. You got to take them out to make space. And I'd love you forever if you would put your own top 10 in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, etc., you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.